I'm so glad that you specifically are watching today's video because I truly believe that this is the fastest way to scale to over six figures and hit seven figures as a solo real estate agent. And it's not door knocking, it's not cold calling, and it's not chasing down people, but it's actually just spending 3 to 5 hours per week creating focused and targeted Instagram content. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, there are tons of ways to grow your business, and cold calling and open houses do work. But no one talks about how different methods will create a different lifestyle. I choose a method on where leads can find me, and I'm not chasing them down every day, getting rejected in the, whether it's a call or an email. About 10 years ago, about a decade, I actually started creating content about 2015. That's my first video. And from the age of 12, I loved content. I didn't quite know where it was going to lead me, but here we are today. And one of my first ever YouTube channels that I stuck to was called Fish Visions. Animals, fish keeping, all that stuff. I've built ponds in my backyards. I have like 6 turtles. But unfortunately, I never knew when I was going to make it full time. It could have been 6 months from then. It could have been 6 years. And I did have that mindset back then where I was like, I'm either going to be a YouTuber or homeless. But obviously that's not the way it went. So I actually created a lot of connections. I worked with a lot of YouTubers like Mac right here, the blonde guy without the shirt. He actually at that time was the editor and videographer for Iraq. And this is Hayden Hillier Smith. He actually used to edit for Logan Paul for the longest time, for years. And I've learned a lot from them on their one-on-one mentorship. And obviously you can see Mac just there in person. And right here is the video we did. We survived 24 hours in the Bermuda Triangle. Iraq video has 14 million views. But I ended up working a 9 to 5. And when I turned 20, I wanted to leave. But I was stuck building pools, ponds, obviously wasn't living my dream lifestyle. And luckily I was let go of that job and I went all in on my video business. Obviously, I'm not still doing as much video today, which is what I'm going to be showing you and how you can kind of use video yourself just through Instagram to actually grow to 6 and 7 figures. But I started off shooting a few $100 million worth of properties. Darnell, one of the first realtors I ever shot with, he's an amazing guy. Right here, Sabrina, she's a family friend of ours. There's me at the property doing a free video shoot. But I ended up, obviously, I still had a business and shot some amazing $10 million plus properties. And that's where it leads me today, to where I help solo realtors, closing deals on Instagram. And I made this slide just like a few days ago, and we're already at like 4,600 followers. So there's a testament. Because I'm scaling my own page with the exact strategy I teach my partners in the Content Academy. And it's without a viral audience, but content that finds my ideal client. So you're probably watching this and you're one of two people. So maybe you've tried the open houses and you've sent mailers. You've probably, if you own the Instagram app at all and you're an agent, you've probably uploaded a just listed graphic or maybe hired an expensive videographer to give you one of those flashy, crazy videos that, the agent disappears and then reappears. And it's nice. You get a lot of realtors commenting and your friends, but you're maybe not seeing consistent lead generation from Instagram. If you're one of those people that mainly get comments from agents on your posts, that's super common. Don't worry, it's not like, it is a red flag. Like something should be like flashing on your eyes, in your head. But that's what I'm going to show you in just a minute. Because this is actually for agents who want their main lead gen source to be content. Specifically, filming and editing right inside of the Instagram app, the Instagram Edits app that's coming out. Like, again, at this time, it probably is going to make it 10 times easier than it is even right now. And it's not going to have complicated systems, and that's not what I'm here to show you today. Because you probably have tried these methods. Maybe your broker told you, your team leader, or an agent you respect. Again, I'm not going to, deny that, again, different methods can work. But maybe you've tried cold calling and you've done, 50 calls a day, or maybe more. You've probably sat at your open house, and I had a story with one guy recently. He's probably watching this video. What's up, bro? And he was in Southern California, and he had an open house, and it was raining. And he was like, "Oh my, please, someone come in, please." And I don't want to have to do that. If that's something you enjoy, I'm not gonna take you away from it. But um, it did something like that doesn't align with what I want to do. Or maybe you've done door knocking. Maybe in the beginning, maybe you still do it. Just trying to catch someone who's thinking about selling. And right here are real conversations I've had. That's why these are highlighted, because I searched them in my DMs. I'm not going to like leak their names or anything, but a guy right here, he's built his business on cold calling. Pretty tedious, fairly exhausting, honestly, but he can create content all day compared to that. She's trying open houses, fingers crossed. Cold calls are pretty eh. I've done a lot of cold calls. I have some anxiety, but I'm getting better and better every day. Nothing too viable from that yet. As of right now, I do open houses, leads from Zillow Flex, fortunately giving up that percentage. And even her, she said it herself, old school realtor ways. Open houses, referrals, and tried mailers, hoping to hop on the Instagram lead generation way. To sum it up, it says, I felt like I had to chase people who didn't want to talk to me. I'm going to be a little vulnerable with you guys right now, and I'm going to tell you a story where I was trying to grow my own video business. And I was doing my own version of cold outreach, emails, DMs, videos. I thought I was doing everything I could. But I hopped on this call with the guy. They have a new way that I can do it, grow my business. And it was all actually based off of cold call. I was doing my video agency back then, cold calling real estate agents. That was the thing that I wanted to get away from. So that means our values did not align. I don't want to work with anyone where our values don't align. But again, I hope that if what I'm saying something connects with you, that you'll watch this and actually learn. And I'm going to show you how you can make Instagram your main lead generation source, whether you're at 5 figures getting to 6+, or you're already killing it with 250K GCI and wanting to hit 1 million just with a few hours a week with content. But that was something I didn't align with and I didn't go through. So I'm not here to chase people who don't want to do this, because then there's what most Instagram agents are doing. A lot of them are lifestyle reels, not really any clear goals. Again, the flashy videos that mainly don't get leads, just listed posts. They don't lead to real conversations. Just chasing engagement from family, friends is not actually new clients, but you're spending time on content calendars, and not creating authority. And you're trying to just entertain, like recently that trend where it's like a donkey flipping over the fence, and then the realtor transitions to it and it's like, oh, I just flipped into this new house, come check it out. That's not the thing that may get you a few laughs and comments, but not actually going to get leads in business. Because that's the one thing I try to stay away from, is actually using silly trends. Yes, it could get a few views, but it's going to actually hurt your page the farther you go along. Maybe you've posted similar graphics like this. Maybe your page looks like this now. Maybe you've hired the videographer. Maybe you've even actually literally, I know you've got this, those accounts like luxury properties or featured properties or Lux Homes, saying, hey, for X amount, we'll give you exposure and we'll give you comments, engagement on your posts, on your listings. And those are all fake. It's a fake follower. One time I actually got a video with 10,000 views and I could tell that something was off about it. Like the analytics weren't lining up, and I deleted the video. 10,000 views, gone. Because I could tell something was wrong, whether someone bought views on my post or something. it's gonna hurt your page if you're just buying fake engagement. Because the real problem is that agents are not actually getting new leads from strangers. They're just staying visible to people who already know them, but they're not actually growing their client pipeline because likes just don't equal leads, views don't equal clients, and fame does not equal freedom. Because agents are stuck at what used to work and not what works now. Now, before we actually get into what you should be doing, I'm going to tell you this story where in the 1950s, like no one actually like knew real estate agents. The only way, realtors thought they had a hack because they were like, oh, I'm going to put my ad in the newspaper. That's how people found realtors in the 1950s and 60s. Unless your neighbor was an agent, that's how you found someone. And so again, print ads is the oldest. Next are like, oh, people have phones. We got the yellow book, let's just call people. Let's just knock on their door. And eventually the methods evolved. People got, the old agents doing the, newspaper ads got beat out by the people cold calling and door knocking. Nowadays, they're now doing mailers, open houses. But what's the new thing that's going to come up that's going to beat out the old agents, the old methods? What's that new thing? An older realtor will always get beat out by someone younger who tries something different. Because you need to be creating simple, intentionally targeted content that triggers a location desire. Content that makes people think, wow, I want to live there. Who is the agent behind this? We want to be posting quick but authentic videos that build instant trust and authority. Not just like saying, sitting down, giving a new market update. And we're not producing like ads that look fake or corporate. Because what's that trigger in someone's brain? Oh, a high quality video? What does that usually mean? When you see a high quality video on the TV or anything like that, what's your mind? It's a sales trigger. You're probably being sold to. Next time, I would advise you when you're just looking at, watching some commercials, usually when it's on the TV, if one's filmed with an iPhone, it sticks out like a sore thumb, but in an engaging way. And that's what we want to do. We want to stick out in an authentic way, not in a salesy way. Because using your iPhone, I want to help you use it. Use Instagram's built-in tools, no expensive videographers, no complicated editing. I want to turn your comments and your story replies into natural DM conversations that effortlessly lead buyers and sellers asking to work with you. And no, you don't just need more followers, but you do need more DM conversations. And with a proper strategy where you will actually get buyers and sellers to DM you. Maybe you've experienced that never or once or twice and you're like, hey, I've been posting. Never have I ever received a DM where someone's like, I want to pick you as my realtor. Come sell my house. With these strategies, I can promise you will get that. It's not going to be the majority of your messages because a lot of times you do have to dig into people's pain points and their dream outcomes. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do. Because if you only wait for the people who are like, sell my house, then maybe you're only going to get the 1, 2, or 3 deals on Instagram per year. But if you actually want to scale to 6 and 7 figures, you actually have to have a strategy and not just hope and pray. I've hoped and prayed way too much. I'm a Christian, so again, I do believe in prayer. But obviously, God gives us things and he can take away. But he also gives us opportunities to take action upon. And so a lot of times you actually have to take that action and actually, use what's in front of you, not just wait. But there are times to wait. But now this is actually the real way, the targeted way, because most agents are stuck chasing clients. But I want to attract them through simple videos and strategic videos because we're not chasing strangers anymore. We're building a system where the right buyers and sellers find you and already trust you before they ever DM you. We're posting quick, simple videos that spark real curiosity, content that makes people think. Like, who is this agent? How could they actually help me move there? You want to show up as the trusted local expert naturally, without cold calls, flyers, or open houses, or sounding too salesy and desperate. I'm going to show you some of these like videos right here. But when you speak to your audience on video, you will instantly separate yourself from every other agent who hides behind photos and 7-second reels. If all you post is this and this, you will be beat out by an agent who shows up on camera talking. Now, these 7-second reels, this is my guy Lance. I actually gave him this strategy to make this specific video. And it got 150,000 views. He's an agent who literally had like 200-300 followers. And now he had 150,000 people know about Orlando, Florida, and he's eliminating the people who it might not be for. Bringing in actual local leads interested in his area and the desired location that you sell in. Now these work, like right here. 5 things my wife and I stopped worrying about since moving out of downtown Vancouver. This again was a prompt reel. That's what I was just talking about, those 7-second reels. But once you actually start showing up on camera, plus the 7-second reels, that's when you actually start growing your brand. Because right here, Gina Marie, we got views, we got everything with this strategy. And these strategies work. The 7-second videos, text on the screen, value in the caption, those work. They do. And I have a strategy that I want to share with you to do that and to optimize for it. Because they're simple, but they're not always super easy. But like I said, if that's the only thing you post, you will be beat out by an agent who talks on camera. Because that's what Gina Marie right here did. After 90 days, she signed a $10.5 million listing, leading to a $300K plus GCI commission off of a 60-second Instagram reel where she was showing herself, showing the property, but also, again, showing the lifestyle and the location, talking on camera in a strategized and targeted way, not just saying, hey, look at this house, let's go inside, you know? Because this is real lead generation for 2025. This is how agents are taking over their markets without chasing, begging, or burning out. Now, with my philosophy, I want to show you the exact system that the agents are using right now. It's actually called the client magnet framework. And I'm breaking it down right here into 3 simple phases. I'm sorry, I failed spelling in 2nd grade. But the first one is just content that connects. We are going to learn how to create quick and simple, high impact videos that instantly resonate with your ideal buyers and sellers without actually spending hours editing or scripting. Phase 2, we want to create conversations that convert. This personally is one of my favorites because I want to turn your comments, your story replies into natural DM conversations. And those conversations are going to turn into real closings using a DM strategy that feels genuine, but not salesy. Like, when are you looking to move? That's a sales triggering question. In phase 3, we want to have authority, but that's automable. And it automates, like I said. But what we're actually going to do is build you a mini VSO, which is actually called a video sales letter. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. But what we're also going to do is attach a custom relocation guide lead magnet. And throughout both of these, we're going to tell your story. and it's going to position you as the trusted expert, and it's going to warm up leads before they ever even message you. Because this is how you create a pipeline that keeps filling itself, even when you're taking a day off. Like I said over here in the beginning, my Instagram's growing. I have a back injury right now, so I'm not able to film a ton. But because of the content and my, documenting over create strategy, I have content that I can still put out daily that engages with my audience. And so I went from like averaging like 60 to 100 followers a day to going to like 30 to 50, but that's still okay. It again took me time to get to this spot. But there's just 5 things right here I want to quickly show you before we head off. Because we want one clear goal, which is, again, the content deal flow. We want to start closing at least an extra deal per month just from organic content. We're not chasing, it's not overcomplicated tech, and it's not an expensive videographer. But we do want to use the client magnet framework, which is using short, strategic reels, authentic storytelling posts, and clear positioning as the local market expert. And we're going to be using pinned posts on your Instagram that magnetize leads without feeling like ads. This all is a strategy that you can use just from your iPhone and the Instagram app. You do not need to learn CapCut or anything else. But then we have the DM deal flow where we're turning comments, story replies, even brand new followers into conversations. Because we're going to use simple warm-up conversations that feel natural and human, not AI. We're not talking about the local hidden gem, It's not going to be awkward cold pitching, and it's not a crazy complicated follow-up system. But what we're going to do is master the DM deal flow method and move from casual chats to serious buyer and seller convos without any pressure. One of our clients just the other week signed a $650,000 buyer off of actually finding out pain points in just 5 messages. But then, like you said, maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but what we're going to do is create you an authentic mini VSL, which we're going to actually pre-sell you 24/7. This video is going to work for you for the rest of your life. Just kidding. I don't mean the rest of your life, but it's a video that pre-sells you even when you're sleeping. Because what we're going to do is share a personal story and showcase your local expertise fast, which builds instant trust before a prospect will ever reach out. Because we're positioning you as the only agent that they'd want to work with. This was one of the biggest mindset shifts that I've ever had, where is you are not just another option. It's so hard to position yourself as like as an expert in this and that, but then you're like, yeah, but then there's this person, there's that person, there's DR Hortons who offers this. You're not a commodity. If that's something that you needed to hear today, I'm here to tell you it. You are not a commodity. You are not another option. You have something valuable to offer. And this is with the 3-phase scaling path. We're going to launch simple videos that build inbound lead flow. We're going to master the DMs, close conversations naturally, and we're going to automate trust. And we're going to scale without stress. Right here, we're going to just share a few quick wins. I'm going to zoom in right here. We had Alex, who just did a 60,000 viewed video based off of her local location, averaging 2,000 to 6,000 views. Andrew, he loves showing the local food spots. That 180,000 views. He's now averaging over 50,000 views per video, bringing in leads. Joey, one of the first videos he ever did, 6,000 views showing his face. Victoria, 500,000 views. They're like, how do I do this? It's real estate. It's boring. What we do is make real estate seem achievable and obtainable. And we also focus on locations because that's what brings people in, not just the home. Jill, second video for her, she was posting a lot of the photos, family, but once she finally showed up on camera and showed her face in a strategic and targeted way, 7,000 views with comments not just from realtors. Gina Marie, like we said, she got 250 followers from her video going over that $10.5 million property. This is Lance. You know, the guy earlier I showed you who had a 150,000 viewed video. This is just, I believe, a month or two before, where I gave him one of his very first strategic video ideas, and he went from averaging 400 views right there to 1,600 with just the first video. There's Gina Marie celebrating another closing, and there's her listing. That's this. There's some little proof right there. This is an old screenshot, but that's when Lance's video was at 50,000 views, and I was giving him a little repost to cheer him on. Even Renata right here, she's killing it with content. She's actually a busy mom. I know a lot of you. I've talked to you who, again, maybe you're a busy mom, maybe you're also a team lead at the same time. But Renata's a busy mom, and she just had closed 3 new clients that week. She's on fire. And this day on March 22nd, she had her first lead from Instagram converted into a real client, and now is going to also implement the DM strategy. And these are some samples of DMs that clients have actually started receiving. Hey, Melissa, I've been following your content from Montana for a while now. I just wanted to thank you. You've helped me feel less overwhelmed. Those are the DMs that do come in when you start using a targeted Instagram strategy. Because if you're an agent who does not want to rely on referrals, open houses, flyers, and cold calls, remember, I didn't say never, but I said you do not want to rely on these. Maybe you're tired of just aimlessly posting. You've posted on Instagram for a while. You've tried it. You've done it for a little bit. You stayed consistent. Maybe you fell off a little bit and started trying to post again, but you still didn't see much success. Maybe you are ready to just go all in, take the dive head first on content being your main lead gen source because you love it. You know you love content, but you just are not quite there yet. Maybe you're at 5, low 6 figures. Maybe you're there, but you're already a successful agent in your area, but you want to scale. You want to build a team. These are strategies that your team can use forever. For the longest time. Everything is automated. I want to stay up and be able to give you guys the best I can. The best that I can. And that's what I work every day for people in the academy. Because there's 2 ways you can go. You can do it yourself. It's a little longer. It could be riskier. A little more uncertain. You might be wasting up just a little bit of time figuring it out. Miss a few leads, a little bit of momentum. Spending more time kind of fixing mistakes. But you can take everything you learned today and try to go figure it out yourself. Try it. But there also is option 2, which is done with you, which is faster, it's proven and supported. If you do the work, you get the results. That is my guarantee to you. We make it simple, fast, fun, and predictable. Because we will have a proven plug-and-play system that we use to customize your business with coaching, execution, and direct one-on-one support with me every single week. That pain of doing all my other methods was so strong, so high of a pain, that I was willing to go all in on content. That's what I wanted to do. And just one deal is all it takes to cover your investment. Our proven system is designed to get you qualified leads and convert them into clients. Generating the income to make back your investment, it's easily achievable. And we actually do a 7-day sprint to see success your first week. I want to get you success as fast as I can. So if you do want to scale and make organic Instagram content from Instagram and YouTube, your main lead gen source, at least like 70% plus, within the next 4 months, guaranteed, without worry where your next deal is going to come from, what you can do is go to my Instagram, just at official David Bronner. It'll be linked in the description. And you can just DM me the word deal. And I'll reach out personally just to see what it looks like to work with me. And what I'd love to do is just hop on a call. And this isn't going to be your normal sales call. What I actually want to do is still do a dive in on your business so that we can actually see and give you a strategy that you can implement just day one. And again, those 7 days give you success, but actually give you an audit on that call to see where we can go. I gave you the what to do. I'm showing you here exactly what to do, but if you do want to do it, done with you, I personally will show you how to do it. And so if that is you wanting to make content your primary lead gen source, just send me an Instagram DM deal. Go to the description and you can find my Instagram there and we'll chat it up. Otherwise, you can comment down below. But if that is you, I want to say thank you for watching and you continue to subscribe, follow the content down below, and I will see you guys to help you guys get that extra deal per month.